honest, I am definitely a few sarnies and a few sausage rolls short of a picnic. I have a lot of things that are probably not diagnosed.
Right.
And I don't
hang on. I just read the Observer.
Yeah.
Repeat what you're saying.
Right. Observer, are you ready? Just tell me when you're ready, and then I'll count to 3, and then I'll say it again, okay? Right. 3, 2, 1. We have had this morning, and the people who are working on this case behind the scenes and quite literally handing everything over to the police and probably social services, that we have had confirmation from an ex-friend who has said that yes, that person was in those group chats. And also with that as well, we have received information that mental health cards are being played because of medication reasons. And I will say right now, there are amazing hunting teams up and down the country that when offenders get caught, the mental health card is played. The mental health card gets thrown out by all judges as not a reasonable excuse to do that to anybody who is underage. Because to be quite frank, if you can play the mental health card to defend your actions like we have seen, then quite frankly, you do need to go and watch these amazing teams like Stop, like TFN, like Cobra, who are amazing, like I'm thinking off my head right now quite quickly, like Pompeii Protecting Innocence, like all those amazing teams. And if you would like to know about these teams, go onto Facebook, search a profile for Nimrod Gumshoe, and Nimrod Gumshoe has all the daily list of any things. And also London Overwatch, they are London based. There are teams up and down the country. Dank, for instance, Predator Exposure, who are amazing. They've been around for years. There are many teams out there. People need to educate themselves. This is about safety. This is about safeguarding now. This is not about attacking people. This is literally about safeguarding. And if you have the audacity, the quiet audacity to blame mental health, to put anybody in that position, to quite literally be a decoy, then you're wrong. And also with that as well, and I'm going to say this loud and proud so I am blue in the face. Any hunting teams out there, when they ask for pictures, it is always someone 18 plus who gives permission to do so. And it has to be a picture of them. And they have to provide proof that it is them over 18 to provide pictures. And while we're on that subject as well, because it's really sort of got to us in a way. You cannot excuse. Why would you want to excuse putting someone in that position who is quite literally not consenting to this? You have to be. Nobody under the age of 16 can give consent.
Can I just ask
parental
one question?
Not a child's responsibility.
You hear the whole, oh, we removed her from the group. Why was she in the group in the first place?
Exactly.
I'm in WhatsApp groups. None of my kids are in them. None of them. And my kids are a lot older. I don't have my kids involved in adult stuff.
Neither do my kids. My kids don't have WhatsApp.
I mean,
why was the in there in the first place? She should never have been in there in the first place.
No.
Listen, Observer, this is about awareness now. What has happened is that big red key has knocked the door down. It is on its hinges. And because awareness is the key to making any case solid, this is why awareness is important. And while I'm speaking of awareness, I have the receipts, quite literally, of Jenny in Only a Tony Officials Live, when he said he was coming to Manchester on the 30th of January, when he said about going up, getting exposure and awareness on Orion Elphaba, Orion Doherty, somebody turned around. Tony turned around and said, I want to go up there. What do people think? Jenny said, and I have the screenshots. The guys have seen this. Have the screenshots of Jenny turning around saying, leave it to the police. That was in capitals with exclamation marks, if I remember right. Then somebody turned around and said to Jenny, you're new to this. Keep out of it, essentially.
I've come from it. I do not care. But as a mother, as a survivor, as a hunter, I will go to the ends of the earth to protect kids.
I mean, I'm going to say this now, right? That I have seen a fair few comments from someone in this live saying that the information that we got was doctored. It was not doctored. We have seen the proof.
Right.
The only way it was even remotely thingy is when I had to cover it up to cover numbers, because despite what they've done to me, I don't dox people.
Yeah.
I mean,
You don't get much benefit when you dox
But
people.
don't worry, guys, because all of those digital fingerprints will be in your cloud data, and there is fuck all you can do to remove it.
Exactly.
So if all
Exactly.
of that's there, who else have you done it to?
Wait,
What
hang
else
on.
have you done? How many
on.
times have you decoyed your kids out? It will all come to light.
oh, and by the way, just two other quick things. First quick thing. It wasn't just a ride you went for, was it? And the second thing is, it is now, we've got the evidence out there. Now it is a case of safeguarding and getting the conversation open about, now this has happened, where do we go from here?
Okay,
That
I
has
got
to be now, because the police are probably dealing with this. Thanks to Miss Red's live yesterday, I'm going to say this openly, I've said it to many people since yesterday morning. There was 4,000 people in there. No face, no case. Put that up. Okay, I forgive him for doing it live and putting those numbers out there, because those numbers will be easily traced back to your phone providers. That's another thing. And also as well, the whole thing about all of this has now come out. The main thing we have to be concerned about as responsible, complete adults is the safeguarding and where we go from here. The conversation has been flown open on such a public platform that people are now coming forward as saying, yeah, that's happened to me, or yeah, I have had evidence. Where do we go from here now? That is the big question. That not only
You make an example out of the group, so it sends the message to everyone else. How many other parents out there have been using the kids as decoys, thinking, oh, it's all right, they're in the same rooms? We know that needs highlighting. That is child abuse.
the one comment I seen was from Jenny JJ Exposed. She said, Jenny said caseworkers and their local police said that we're innocent. I'm going to respond to that. Actually, with everything that Jenny has lied about, I guarantee that's a lie too.
Can I just say about that? They were on Miss Red's live around 11 a.m. So you're telling me they've got up, got the kids to school, gone on Miss Red's live, then gone to the police station and made a full statement, then gone to social services and made a full statement, then picked the kids up and carried on. You can't just walk into a police station and make a statement. You've got to have an appointment to do it. So that's a load of bullshit.
you walk into a police station saying, hang on a minute, people are having to go at me because I allegedly decoyed my kid. The first thing the police are going to say is, let's see the evidence where you have turned around where this has come from.
You lose the phone straight away. The phones would have been taken straight away.
It is it has got more holes in than Swiss cheese.
Yeah. That's funny. Somebody's like, who's Red Ginger? I'm the Canadian creator on here that freaking hobnob or knobhead fucking talks about but doesn't want to say my name. That's who I am. So Karma, now you know.
And Karma's one of our friends, Red.
Okay.
Carol talking, I'm just going to quickly do
I
something.
mean, like, obviously, like, Cheshire, Crow and Pigeon already know this, but my partner were going through something where he was falsely accused. And the police actually turned around and said, right, let me take your phone off you. So they did, and they was able to trace back, because he's got iCloud, they were able to trace from, obviously, from last year all the way back to 2020. And it was actually proved, right, that he was been telling the truth and she's been lying. So Jenny needs to watch out, because the minute they take their devices off them, it'll all be on there. And it doesn't matter whether she gets a new device or what, it'll still be on there.
I am behaving. I couldn't remember. I'm verbal dyslexic, okay? I can't remember which way his name was supposed to be read. It's not in front of my face. I'm trying to behave.
No, it'll be both the police and social services. Sorry, comment there. It will be both.
Yeah.
Child abuse.
The one thing I said to Pidge off TikTok was how easily this child was doing this. It seems like it's more than one time, because in my video I made, I said, you would hear a young child going in a video, why am I doing this? What is this? Why? I want to go play, like just normal, regular kid things for that age. Not sitting there like nonchalantly going, okay, this one. Like it just doesn't make sense. It just seems like they've done it before.
And
I'm
then
not
saying at the end, oh, this is fun. It's far from fun. Far from it.
They're like psychosomatic messing with their kid thinking that this is okay, but it seems like it's so easy and it's been done before. Now, I'm not 100% fact on that. That's my opinion. That's my view by looking at law and understanding law and how people do this to kids. Okay, I've had somebody go after my daughter when she was young. Online, 3 adults tried to play a game with my kid. Okay, so I'm very passionate about when people do this to kids. I get very, very, very angry. Look, my neck's already getting red. But it seems like it was too nonchalant the way that when they were recording her, as if it's been one time before or 2 times before or whatever. It was so just laxed. It just didn't fit right with me if this was the first time the kid's ever been involved in something like this. Now, I'm not putting 100% fact on that. That's my opinion. That's what I
felt like. It would just felt like that she knew what she was doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was like it was
She'd been
almost
coached
like,
into doing it.
it was like a conversation you have with your kids over the dinner table. How was school today?
Yep.
It was like that kind of do you know what I mean? Like that relaxed atmosphere.
And there's been a comment in here that says, why do people try to decoy? Never mind using children. Right, I'm going to say it now from a next decoy's point of view. The way we did it, we obviously never made the first contact because that's entrapment. And 2, won't you rather a peddler talk to a decoy than an actual child? Because when you think about it, when they're talking to a decoy, they're leaving an actual child alone. And yes, it is mentally draining. Yes, it can be really upsetting thinking, why is a grown adult thinking about a child like this? But we'd rather go through that than an actual child, because some of us are actually a lot stronger to cope with it and get over it than a child is.
And I have to say, and I will say this openly and honestly now,
Moni's just made a good point there.
Don't ever decoy anyone. Leave it to the teams and the decoys.
Leave it to the teams who...
That's a very serious note. Leave it to the decoys and leave it to the teams.
Because, I mean, I had to go through at least 4 weeks worth of training to make sure that I was doing everything by the book.
Yeah.
The way you talk, the way your body, everything, to pretend to be a younger version of yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it was awful. I mean, as soon as like 3 o'clock hit, or like over in like UK time, that's when I was like, right, this child has finished school. I need to get into that mindset. I mean, I was even asking, like me, I was even asking my nieces who were like the same age as the decoy that I was using. I was like, right, what's the latest trends now with you lot? What's this? What's that? What music are you into? We had to do like little bits of research like that to make it 100% believable.
Yeah, and the way the slang is nowadays, right? For them, it's constantly changing, and
so much different.
It's so much, but you have to do it to get these wrongings out of the picture. Like, you got to do what you got to do. So yes, it does take a lot of time for training. And Duck, I love that you had that as a life, because there are so many bad people everywhere. And I think that they need to be locked up, honestly, because then they can't hurt anybody else and leave trauma scars on little children that have to live with that for the rest of their life.
Just quickly as a joke, my girls know what this is now.
He's got the tea.
But I will also say with that as well, the whole thing about what was alleged, the police don't do entrapment. The police,
No, they don't.
Decoys are not entrapment. They literally they are literally in different places, just quietly in the background. They hardly say anything. They only take action when an offender approaches them, starts talking to them. There are certain things which the decoy will say, and I say will say, and if at that point the offender does not back off, that is when the chat starts happening, and it is never sexual from the decoy.
No, it ain't. We never lead. We never lead, and you can guarantee, right, within the first 3 messages, they always state our age. Even like throughout the chat, it's just like, yeah, but I'm only so and so age. What would my mum think? What do I tell my parents? What is it? I mean, when I went into like the horrible conversation, I mean, like, I've got to admit, the one peddler that I got with when I did the decoy side of it, I mean, I only lasted a month and a half. I just couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it. So I thought, right, I'll go into the security side of it, go on the ground. I'd rather go face to face with him.
I mean,
Which 9 times out of 10, right, I wanted to give him a good, clip around the ear hole, but, I thought, no, I am not making a victim. That's exactly what Jenny's done to Elphaba.
Yeah.
She has made Elphaba the victim in this. And that's one thing teams never, ever, ever, ever do, is give them any ammunition to go back on the team.
I mean, but for obvious reasons, Duck is not going into full details. This is an outline, but for obvious reasons, because anything which is there at the moment, which any team and Decoy's working on, we as responsible people wouldn't want to assist people getting away with stuff. Is this correct, Duck?
Yeah.
I'm going to respond to Jane Jones, okay? They say you need to have real proof before you do anything. If that's pertaining to being a team and talking about the decoy thing, you wait for them to come to you, okay? And like Duck said, you put your age right away. You talk about like, oh, my mom or my dad, exactly what Duck was stating. But it's actually, this is why you don't have a police. You have these teams that do this for a reason, but they are also in connection with the police. Because say if a decoy does show up, then the police are there to arrest them. But they don't need information. What happens is these kids are there and these grown people are drawn to kids. Like, they don't need the evidence to go towards it. They just sit there and wait for them to come to the decoys. And that's how it works. Once you state the age, you state where you're at, you state blah, 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 what you need, that paperwork right in the beginning, major things, protects, like Duck said, the actual team. Yeah. Because then they can't say, I initiated, I entrapped. It doesn't work that way.
No.
That's why you got to go.
Interrupt.
If we were to entrap him.
Sorry, I just want to point out, Jane is on about the evidence. Sorry if you can hear building work going on behind me. It's been going on all morning. It's lovely. Anyway, Jane Jones, you're talking about the Jenny evidence. We have all the evidence. None of it's been doctored at all. And we have seen lots of information from various different sources.
I mean, to actually put it out there again, because people are not believing this. The voice notes that were put out, and especially yesterday on a big platform like Miss Red's, that has not been doctored. The only thing which was edited out at the time was the phone numbers, so doxing wouldn't happen. What, unfortunately, like I said this earlier, unfortunately, what No Face, No Case did, and I do believe it was an accident, was show the numbers. And I'm going to say this again, those numbers can be traced back to mobile phone providers. They will have addresses linked up to that. This is so solid. I cannot believe.
Exactly. Because I mean,
I cannot believe for the life of me why people are A, denying the evidence out there, and B, they think they're going to get away with it. It's those simple little things. It really is those simple little things.
exactly. I mean, I'll tell you just how good the police can be at tracing stuff. I mean, like when I phoned GMP up, because I at the time I was under the impression that there was an open case between Jenny and Elphaba, so I thought, right, give Great Manchester Police a ring, just let them know what's happened. They didn't take my name, they didn't take my address. Within 2 hours, I had police knocking. I had my local force knocking on my door because they was able to trace where I was via my mobile number.
And just another thing which somebody's just said in the comments, and what my TikTok this morning about who is Disney, 1.5 speeds, please. I mean, come on, you don't know your own missus's and wife's voice at 1.5 speed.
But we hear it, he just tried to deny it.
I am sure under stressful moments that voice has got a lot faster than 1.5 speed, let me tell you right now, because any couples out there who have had an argument, your voices go at least 2.5 to 400 speed a minute.
I mean, I think he was genuinely trying to get out of that one, forgetting that No Face had the actual screen recording in front of him. So he knew what name and what number was saying what.
Yeah, he didn't even say that he just had it. He played it. And then what happened, like all of a sudden, it's like, was it right before that? Please remind me that he was like, oh, I got to go take a phone call, be right back. But then just like never came back.
Yeah, very convenient.
It's like, he's like he gave up listening when there was actual fact.
The funny thing about it is the second that the backlash happened in Miss Red's live yesterday. I mean, everyone's seen it on the FYP. Everyone's seen it, and it's the one reason why I didn't go in yesterday. I did not want to be caught up in that because I needed that downtime, and I think anybody who's been working on this in the background has needed that time.
Emily,
we caught up on it. I might have seen it on the FYP. I might have had things sent to me, but quite literally, well, we probably all did, but I can quite honestly say that live yesterday, as soon as they both went in, it got mental. And to be quite frank, how they can actually try and talk their way out of this now is beyond belief. The police are amazing. They have things like digital fingerprinting, which was mentioned earlier, where they download every bit on your phone. You could do a factory reset and it will still be there. Because the only people who can take that evidence off those digital fingerprints are the police.
And can I just add something? I know people are asking why hasn't Jenny explained herself? She has, but it's backfired. And she's tried to justify it by saying they were in the room with the kid and all of this BS. It doesn't make it any different. She still used her child to bait people. She has clearly done this before because the child was absolutely fine doing it.
like I
Well, there's rumours and whispers that they tried it with Paul Breach first.
I have messages. I have messages from him himself telling me that had to do with PB. And I saved those messages that he sent me because before I blocked them, he went on a rant into my DMs and he said it was a whole deflection. It was meant for PB, all this stuff. Like I'm sitting there because I was like, what the hell? I'm like, I can't do that. I can't deal with that. Like block for a minute. Like it just was.
Again, even on that, and I'm going to call this out now. Orion is into males.
Right.
He's into males. Paul Breach isn't.
Yeah.
So you baited your female daughter to a predator that is into little girls.
Exactly.
What the actual fuck is wrong with you?
Thing is, have they all overlooked that one tiny detail? Because I didn't.
He was in less
And
danger than the riot.
That's been clear from the start.
It just, there was so much that I was saying, hey Kaz, that I had to block him. It just wouldn't stop in my DMs. I'm like, you're driving me mental. Like I had to stop it. I'm like, I need to be able to figure this out for my sanity, have discussions with certain people. And I kind of already knew where it was going, but he was so adamant about in the messages about, no, that's not what happened. This is what it was. This was supposed to be the other person. I'm like, wait a minute. That's not what it sounded like in the video. It stated exactly description of what this person likes in in third person and all this stuff. I'm like, it has nothing to do with PB at all. And he was blaming PB. Like he was putting it on PB. Like that's what they were trying to do. I'm like, what?
The funniest thing is, I've been sent a screenshot of one of them, and I'm not going to mention names, and I will not mention names because of personal things to me, that I had done a particular, information spillage, we will say. And the thing is that up until that point, that particular TikTok was on about 1,500. The team who would be working on this right now have seen the screenshot as of last night. That's well over 5,000 now. So I would like to thank those people concerned for basically directing traffic to my platform, to my channel, and showing that one, because you've done outstanding work. You've done outstanding work, and this is why awareness needs to happen when things like this happen, because if you don't get awareness out, who else is going to come forward?
I ended up going on to No Case, No Face, or No Face, No Case. Which one is it?
No face, no case.
Okay. He was on a live and I jumped in, and there's a few of my followers that happened to be in there already, and they were like, let Red in, let Red Ginger in, let her speak. She tells the truth, blah, blah, blah. And I ended up getting in, and he's like, okay, state your piece, right? And I said, I saw you in Miss Red's live. And the fact that you hear the part about him saying the Canadian content creator, he's like, yeah, you kind of like go on. And I said, well, I'm that person. He goes, oh, okay. What do you have to say, right? Like about all this. And I stated my piece, and he's like, no, good on you. I agree with everything you're saying, everything that you have been talking about. He goes, you know what? I'm going to give you a follow, and I'm going to comment and all this other stuff, because whatever you're saying right now makes absolute perfect sense on why and how they went about things. He goes, it doesn't sound right. Everything just is so disturbing and all this other stuff. He goes, but everything you're saying right now in my life is fact. And I was like, I only come with truth and fact. I don't sit there and play both sides or BS, right? So he was like, I'm going to very much look at your videos.
I mean,
like, I got that out there.
The thing which is disturbing as well is that people think I've done this for clout, I've done this for viewers. No, I've not done it for clout. I've not done it for viewers. I'm one of the people out there, a very few on TikTok, who will actually speak truths. I do it to get truths out there. If people don't like truths, then so be it. But at the end, like I said, we're at the stage now where it's about awareness. It's about the whole other things as well. Now the door has literally been knocked out with that big red police key, and the door is hanging off the hinges. Let's get awareness out there. Let's make sure that people know how to deal with this kind of thing from this point onwards. Up until this point, I think not many people on social media really actually knew about teams, about how to do this kind of thing. This has opened now this has opened a huge conversation topic. I don't think it's going to die down recently. I think it's going to carry on. But the main thing is the awareness is out there. Update personal knowledge about what teams do, how they do it, how it is done legally. Just like I said, I've pointed people to where to look for this information. They do a great team as well. about awareness about online safety, because it's so funny that yesterday TikTok sent out the online safety thing. That is the irony of it. It's now all come out and now it's out there. So yeah, I'm
actually quite surprised it took this long to get out there. Like when it all started to fracture, the amount of people that came forward with evidence, and I was just sat there like,
oh, thank you, Lisa.
Those months ago. But I'm glad that they did bring it forward, and I, in a sense, I get why they would have felt intimidated, because they really do push until you want to leave. I mean, only for the fact that we knew what was going on behind scenes, it was easier to work behind scenes than it was to sit, sort of deal with them all acting like little kids.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, on behalf of everyone on this, can we just give a huge, huge well done and thanks to every team and every decoy out there, because they do this voluntarily. It is not a job. It's something they do voluntarily. And I just want to say, on behalf of myself, every team out there, thank you. Absolute thank you for protecting every miner out there. They work relentlessly to do this. Yeah. And quite simply, you in my own mind, you should be paid for this, or a little thanks and gratitude from the political sides, because you guys are quite literally keeping kids safe.
Yeah, if we got paid for every peddler that we caught, right, we wouldn't have to work again.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Guys,
and I've just noticed, like, Queens of Lancashire's in chat. Are you all right, Queens? How'd you say you going?
Yeah, and I just want to say to Queen of Lancashire, I'm sorry it kicked off the other Monday, and you know I was trying to protect everyone, and the reason why it came off was the simple fact of how Jenny and Dan reacted later on that night. I really hope you are well, sweetheart. I hope me and you personally are still friends. I know the divide was split on that night. I love you to pieces, sweetheart. And I like everyone else is saying, I hope your surgery went really, really well. You are an absolute salt of the earth on this app, and I have every respect for you.
But to be honest, I mean, I went straight to Shona the next morning, because the reaction from them that night was the first red flag for me. Like, she's just gave you a bit of information that could have been useful, and it was just a big tearful tantrum. And I was like, it's to do with you and not what you've been told. Like, what you've been told helps you with your case.
Yeah,
somebody said, does anybody know where Jenny is? I keep seeing that she moved.
Essex.
That they moved from where they were to somewhere else. Is that true? Does anybody know that? Because I seen that on my FYP.
No, because from what I believe, the police case got thrown out. There was a rumour that she was moved due to a poisonous letter.
Right.
But I can't see them moving her that fast, finding accommodation and moving them that as quickly as she claimed.
I mean, you could ring and ask Dan, but think he's still on the phone.
I don't know, maybe they played the TikTok famous cards. We all know what happens when you play that card. You get everything handed to you with the snap of a finger.
Yeah. And you and I talked about that, V, off here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Heather,
I think she's still in the same location that she was.
We're just about to open all this, because like we said earlier, a lot more things have come to light this morning. A lot more people are coming forward with more evidence. We're not going to say exactly what that evidence is, but I'm sure that evidence has now been passed on to the relevant authorities.
Yeah,
people on TikTok do not need to see that evidence. That evidence will probably go to the relevant authorities now.
Yeah. Do we have hot topics about EQ, or are we skipping over EQ today?
Ooh, EQ.
I got some shush to say.
Well, fill my teapot up.
Would you like to spill your molten lava, darling?
I have a little bit of lava trickle, okay? So the video I got sent in my DMs, I love my followers.
Bendy Jen has just said something. Yes, Bendy Jen, I said to the team last night about what you said, and you said it was 2 people. I actually extended it to more, like I said to you in that message last night. They say thanks as well. Bear in mind, I haven't told the others who it was. So.
Truth has been very vocal on Reddit, by the way. Nightmare dressed as a day.
Truth needs to shut up. Truth needs to shut up, honestly.
Truth is just digging the hole for herself quicker than they dug it for themselves.
Okay, so if you guys have watched anything on EQ talking about green booger, gotta crack my neck because it's tension.
Go ahead. But I'm just going to say pause for a second. I've just had another request come in. I'm going to accept this person. Keep on talking. I'm just going to accept this person because absolute respect to this person.
Okay.
There you go. You are now invited in, sweetheart.
Hello, Queen of Lancashire.
Hi,
Hey everyone, I'm not going to stay on long. I'm still in Turkey and resting up. Operation went really, really well. I was in theatre for about 8 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, then I went to intensive care afterwards.
Oh, bless her. Bless you.
I'm glad you're okay.
I've been seeing what's going on the FYP with that Jenny Johnson, and I'm shocked. You know, it's
Queen,
absolutely shocking.
am I allowed to add you to follow you?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. The only way I'm going to keep it quiet. How are you anyway, Shani? Are you okay, sweet?
Yeah, I'm on complete bed rest, but I've got to get up every 2 hours and waddle around like a duck.
No.
I've got this massive nappy on. It's like every time I sleep and trying to close my legs, oh my god, it hurts.
I'm not surprised, sweet.
But I'm literally waddling like a duck.
But just think, in a few weeks when all that pain is gone, it's going to be so worth it.
The outcome's going to
Exactly.
be
Yeah.
And then you can.
But I thought I'd just come up quickly and say hi to everyone and that I'm recovering well.
Good.
Thanks
We are
for
glad
letting
to
us
hear
know.
it. Rest up well and enjoy those hospital treats, aka medications for us.
Ow, ow, ow.
Oh, don't make her laugh.
Also, Cheshire, me and you are still friends. You know, I don't have any enemies on this app. I just know what happened, and at the end of the day, Jenny's blocked me and so many others. So it's
Oh,
you know, I'm just doing my thing now.
We take everyone in.
Yeah.
I think I
So
had a
it's great when the trash checks itself out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so relaxing.
Somebody sent me a message over the past few days and said, I am so sorry that all this has happened. I thought you were all friends. And I said, look, as far as I'm concerned, yes, we were. But this completely splintered everyone associated with. And they literally said, please pass on just my thoughts that this has come to this stage because you all seem to be friends. And I said, yeah, but at the end of the day, what's happened now? Not only has it splintered everyone, thinking, who the hell can we trust right now? But in a strange way, it's brought us all closer together.
Yeah.
Right, guys, by the way, I'm going to jump off. I'm going to go and get some more rest. I'm absolutely shattered.
Need to recover and enjoy that morphine for us.
Yeah. And
I don't have morphine over here.
Love you.
Oh God.
It'll pay off. It'll pay off and you'll be happy.
Paracetamol and tramadol only.
Tramadol's not too bad.
Yeah. But the hospital's quite nice anyway, so I'll speak to you all later.
Adam
Go
keeps
on, get
saying,
rest.
Sweetheart, and we'll speak when you get back, all right?
Adam's like basically yelling in our comments more than a couple of times. Quick before TikTok takes it down, look what I just posted.
I'm
Someone
gonna
jump down, go steal it, save it, and bring it.
Okay.
do a still, so it's there forever. Anyway, I'm not saying that. But
Oh,
No,
damn it, this is why they have 2 phones, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, Ginge, what are you going to share with us?
yeah, sorry.
Okay, so the video that I seen of EQ sitting in their race car computer chair and talking about the whole like infection thing and then talking about you know, nothing, like it just basically sounds like they're backpedaling, but they're trying to protect the green booger in the way, saying, oh, that's all porcupines, you know, I have to stop her from doing that. maybe I can help her with not doing that anymore, and talking about how it's not scabies, it's not this, like they're breaking it down, but they're also saying that, oh, that's not from SH, but they were saying she's in hospital for SH, right? So EQ was already on that bandwagon, trying to sit there and say, oh, you know, I hope she's okay, you know, she did do, you know, SH to herself, and now she's here, and now this and this and this, and I was just like, wait a minute, the way you're picking apart your own lie is stupid, because I've been watching all this because of their connection. They're making money off their back for doing nothing. So when stuff hits the fan, guess what? EQ is gone. And that's a problem. You have riled this person up who definitely has some mental disturbance, and then you're going to use them for everything they can give you. And then once it really gets bad, you're going to walk away and not be their friend anymore. And you're going to build this friendship up thinking that they actually have a genuine friend or a mother type thing. But you're also still secretly, in a way, bashing them. And nobody is telling, I have nothing for the green booger, but somebody needs to tell this person that this person is no good for them. The other thing that bothers me is that this was all over my FYP too, that EQ is going to try to get the green booger to do OF.
Well,
and I'm like, what?
Yeah, well, if I say that last night something has re-come to light again, if you remember, EQ posted up her DBS, which you know about DBS's, Reg, yeah? Basically, it's a background police check.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But it's the place that would say, have you committed any crimes and all that, right?
I looked into that, by the way.
1, we didn't see the name. 2, it came back clear. Now, resurfacing last night is a TikTok where it was in the Liverpool Echo that EQ had been done for 25 grand worth of benefit fraud.
I did. That's so my digging.
So that was kind of probably show up, I think, on an enhanced one, but not a base one.
I got arrested at 16, okay? I have not been in trouble since then. And if I go to my police station, they run my name, it will still be there.
I mean, I will openly admit, a couple of years back, I had a very abusive partner who went for me. I called the police. I got taken to a particular custody area. Was never handcuffed. Gave my side of the evidence. Obviously, stuff was taken, and quite literally, yeah, that may show up. But they literally threw it out because there was inconsistencies on their side. Mine was literally consistent all the way through. I didn't change my story. I didn't change it or deviate once, and like I said, I have nothing to hide, which is why I think I get to people a lot, because I've got nothing to hide. I will say the tea as it is.
I'm in that car with you, along with a few other people in our clown car. But that right there, I agree with. We are so desensitized from so much different types of abuse that we never got justice for, to the point where we just don't care anymore. We're saying everything because we either lived it, been through it, family members been through it. We've witnessed so many different things and hurt that we just are numb. And we can say what we want to say because we have facts. That's the only reason why I started coming out with my videos the way I do, because I only come with facts. And I dig for stuff just to make sure that my stuff is good, so that nothing falls back on me. Mm-hmm. The thing is that I've been so mentally warped and emotionally and everything that I don't care anymore. I state what I state because I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Some people in my comments, bless everybody who's ever been in my videos and stuff. I've not had a lot of negative. I've had maybe out of 10 videos, 2 negative comments.
Yeah, I'm just going to pick up what David's just said. Anybody distracted by the pup? Who could
the fact that she's giving you kisses?
Who could not be distracted with a 10-month-old little Rottweiler pup? And
that's
by the way,
your
what people saw with her sort of chewing on me like this, it doesn't hurt me. She knows the difference. She does know the difference.
It's just nibbles.
They're love bites.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, I can't do that with mine. He's got like his big boy teeth and they very much hurt because, you know, he's split skin on me and my husband's hands. He's a little vicious when he wants.
Can I just give a shout out to Moni1422 here? Right. She once decorated her ex's car and got, what was it? An ASBO. Let me just double check. Yeah, got a 5-year ASBO caution for decorating an ex's car. Can I just say I once took an ex's bumper from his car? So,
Wow,
you know.
people.
If I was going to be petty in a breakup, I'd take the lecky key.
Oh, I've also laced someone's food with laxatives. I probably shouldn't announce that on.
Yeah, don't do that. You seen what
And not
happened?
my banana
Somebody
from
talked about
work.
it with M's. You seen how that went, right? Did you see somebody catching somebody about M's putting it in Sean's food or drink?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta watch what you say, right?
I mean, I will say now the person concerned is dead, not because of what I did, but
Oh, okay. Let's clarify. Let's
Her
double
solicitor has told her to say.
Full stop. Wait a minute. Let's make that very clear. It was not your fault.
no, it was
That is her
Tex's fault that
solicitor's
killed her.
statement. I must stick him with it.
So, Paige, did you jump off and find out?
Guys, Jane Jones, what do you mean I destroyed his laptop? Whose laptop?
At extras, I'm guessing.
Ah, right, okay, that's fair enough. You mean like certain iPads which were destroyed on holiday and two were replaced and two were basically destroyed? We have good memories.